Ghana just secured $500 million from the World Bank. And if you think this is just another development loan story, think again. It's a strategic turning point that could fundamentally reshape how millions of Ghanaians earn income and connect to the broader economy. You might ask, how so? That is exactly what I'll be bringing to you in this video. So stay with me till the very end as I'll be giving you a very detailed information. Before I get into the hows and whys, however, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because I keep bringing you the juicy developmental news right here on this channel. Let's get straight into it. $500 million approved for the Ghana Market Access and Connectivity Project, which is predominantly a road construction project, and the implications of this investment go far deeper than the tarmac that will eventually be laid across the country's rural heartland. To fully appreciate why this announcement is so significant, you first have to understand the problem it is trying to fix. The problem is one that has quietly strangled Ghana's rural economy for decades. Most of the road infrastructure has been focused in the urban areas, forgetting the rural heartland that's supplying the country with all the agricultural produce and also forms the heartbeat of the country's nutrition. Across the country's farming regions, from the Upper West to the Volta region, from the Savannah Belt to the Eastern Corridor, there exists a painful and deeply frustrating reality. The farmers who work hard, grow the food, and sustain communities are being held back not just by the lack of skills or determination, but by the poor infrastructural road conditions and inadequate maintenance that have long strained rural livelihoods across Ghana. The consequences of this has extended beyond individual farmers. The transport costs are very high and the roads are impassable, making the middlemen gain enormous powers as they often buy the produce at a rock bottom price from the farmers who have no other option, and the supply chain becomes unreliable. So now, knowing that problem, let's get into how this amounts to a $500 million project. The Ghana Market Access and Connectivity Project, which I'll be referring to as the Market Connectivity Project, is a targeted infrastructural initiative built around one core insight: that the country cannot unlock its agricultural potential without first solving the road problems. And solving the road problems means not just building new ones, but maintaining the ones that will be built so they do not fall back into despair the moment the project ends. The centerpiece of the Ghana Market Connectivity Project is the rehabilitation and maintenance of more than 1,000 kilometers of rural feeder roads across 9 regions of Ghana: the Upper West, Northern Region, Savannah, Oti, Volta, Eastern, Ashanti, Bono, and the Western region. These are not random selected areas. They are home to Ghana's most important food crops: maize, rice, yam, and cassava. We all know that these are the crops at the heart of Ghana's food security, and they have historically been produced in areas where the connectivity to the markets are very weak. Hence, this project is targeting this mismatch. The construction of the roads and its total rehabilitation means that the journeys, which once took 4 hours on the dirt track full of potholes, will now be completed in 45 minutes or less. With this project, no individual roads, example the Tamale to Yendi road, have been publicly listed yet, but the project works across 4 geographic clusters spanning the Upper West, the Northern region, Savannah, Oti, and the likes. As I initially stated, the official project document confirms that a 4th cluster will still be finalized prior to the appraisal, meaning the full road by road list is not yet logged in at the time of approval. The roads to be rehabilitated are feeder roads, that is rural farms to market routes, rather than major highways, and their precise selection will be concluded during year 1 of the implementation. But there is news on the timeline. The project will be implemented over 5 years, from 2026, this very year, to 2031, in 3 broad phases. Year 1 will be focusing on establishing and staffing the project coordination unit, building the institutional capacity, finalizing regional clusters, and identifying and screening priority road segments. It also includes preparation of detailed designs and initiation of the procurement, with the mobilization of the first maintenance package of approximately 300 kilometers. Year 2 through to year 4 constitute the main rehabilitation phase, during which 1,050 kilometers of the feeder routes will be progressively upgraded, followed by the commencement of the performance-based maintenance on the completed sections. So in short, the groundwork and the first 300 kilometers will begin this year, 2026, with the bulk of the construction running from 2027 to 2029, and the project will be wrapping up by 2031. That's exactly why the World Bank has already made the approval of the $500 million formally announced on May 28, 2026, following President John Dramani Mahama's announcement in March 2026 when he made mention of this project in his Resetting Ghana tour. And that is entirely what this project is about: rehabilitating the roads in the rural areas where agriculture is vast and the crop and foods take a very long time to reach the city. The World Bank and the Ghanaian government have projected that this connectivity would directly benefit more than 550,000 people. This is not a vague estimate, as they crammed up all the numbers to reach this conclusion. One of the biggest problems when it comes to road infrastructure in Ghana and across much of Africa is maintenance. It is a pattern that has repeated itself very regularly over decades. Roads get built with donor or government funding, look great for 1 or 2 years, then gradually deteriorate back to their original state because there is no reliable funding mechanism or institutional capacity to maintain them. The investment depreciates and the communities return to square one. But this market connectivity project takes this challenge seriously in ways that earlier projects often did not. A central element of the project is the operationalization of the Roads Maintenance Trust Fund, a mechanism designed to ensure that the dedicated funding flows continuously into road upkeep rather than relying on unpredictable annual government budget allocations. This is very significant because it addresses the structural funding gap that has historically caused the roads to fall back into despair, and that is something that goes to show how well thought out this particular project is. And it's not shocking it cost $500 million. Alongside this, the project also introduces the performance-based contracts for the road maintenance. This is a model where the contractors are not just paid for completing the construction work, but to keep the road in a specific condition over time. Instead of a contractor who builds the road, collects payment and disappear, you have a contractor whose ongoing income depends on the ongoing quality of the road. This aligns financial incentives with long-term outcomes in a way that the traditional contracting simply does not. It is a smarter model, and its introduction into Ghana's road sector could have a transformative effect on how maintenance is approached across the country more broadly. The roads themselves are not the end goal, they are the enabler. What the connectivity project is trying to achieve is the fundamental strengthening of Ghana's agricultural value chain, which is the complex interconnected systems through which food move from the farm to the people and through which farmers can move from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture. Ghana has the land, the farmers, and the crops that can feed the nation and compete in regional markets. What we lack is what this project is about to solve. $500 million is now on the table to change that. Kind courtesy of this partnership with the World Bank. I'll be updating you every step of the way. If you found this video informative, hit the like button on this video to inform others, and also subscribe if you haven't, so you do not miss any updates I bring to you on this channel. Thank you, and on to the next video. Be sure to check this video out.